Alright guys, welcome to an AQWorlds class review. I know last time I was a member, now I'm not because my membership expired while I didn't have any internet, so I was still going to sell unarmed and I guess I didn't, so I'm going to do that right now while I'm talking. Okay, so this time we're only going to be doing 4 instead of I think the normal 3 that I think I did last time, so I'm just going to sell this so it gets rid of, so it frees up some bank space. So this time we got Evolved Leprechaun, which I just got yesterday in the morning, so I was able to get that. The Legion Evolved Darkcaster, which is the last class I ever got, I think. No, this was the last class I ever got. But as a member, this one was the last one. I'm missing one. How did I miss it again? Okay, I'll get that after, when I'm doing that one. I'm going to do the mage ones first, which is going to be Pyromancer and Legion Evolved Darkcaster, because they're both basically the same thing. The difference is that they're both different, but they both require basically the same kind of thing. Either all wizard, if you want, or all luck, if you really feel like it. So Legion Evolved Darkcaster, you were supposed to get it at Babylon. If not, you go to Underworld, which is where I was about to go. So let's just go there. I'll meet you guys there. Alright, so now that we are in the Underworld, I will show you where to go. If you head over here, I don't know if it's gone now. If it is, then sorry, but before you're supposed to go here, go to the merch shop, and, well, before it was in its own little thing, now it's in here. So you just pay 2,000 Legion tokens, you get actually a really good class. I actually really do like it. I'm just not too much of a wizard type of person, so I don't really like wizardry and such. So for Pyromancer, you just go to Zan Cave. I'm not doing what I do before, which is just go to a private room, because mostly this one is privated. Like, there's not too many people. Yeah, see, there's not really too much. So you go over here, you go over here. This actually did take this is actually the longest lasting classes to get, in my opinion. But, well, members is actually kind of shorter. So if you go to here, go become a Pyromancer, you go to Blaze Token Quests, you'll be able to get these 2 quests here. The Sureproof Blaze Tokens, which is the free member version of getting it. You get 2 and per day, basically. So these both are daily quests. So you get 2 per day. That takes about 41 days just to get. So that's actually, no, not 41, 42 days just to get this, which in my opinion is kind of over the top, but then again it does get rid of botters, so I guess. Member version is 3. Now if I do remember, 3 is 28 days only, so yeah, I think it's 28 days. So that's basically how you get Pyromancer and Legion Evolved Darkcaster. So I will go to Dwackle. Actually, no, I'm going to go to the museum. So I'll be right back at the museum. Alright, so we are back for the museum part, which is just basically the Blade of All part. I need to actually test this sword just to see if it was what I thought it was, and it is, so I'm really happy. For the Blade of All enhancements, if you are a member, I would actually suggest Health Vamp, because these really do have low healing, so I would definitely suggest it. Or since these are magic, I would suggest Mana Vamp, but I'm not too sure if it does cost a lot. I have basically not tested these out. I did get them to rank 10, but then I stopped. So I barely been using them in any other thing except for at Shadow Realm, which is just basically where everybody is, so. Or All Blast for Pyromancer, but that is it for the Legion Caster. I wouldn't say All Blast for Legion Caster. I'd say either of these 2. But if you want to deal extra damage for both, do Spiral Carve. But those are all I can suggest for that. So we're going to Dwackle. I already set it up, so I'll be able to go there. And the last 2 are which is going to be Blade Master and the I'm not just going to use a skill just to get out of here. Okay, so when we go to Mithril Man, I'm going to well, I was thinking of stopping so I can go get my tablet so I can be able to tell you guys the passives. I'll do it if there's I'll come back afterward and I'll say like what the Darrington passive is. So Legion Darkcaster, first, well actually the rank 4 is increased criticals by increased crit chance by 12%, and damage is increased by 10, and dodge is also increased by 15. First one is a darkness spell that deals light damage and infects your enemy, causing their sight to deteriorate. Applies blighted sight, lowering your target's hit chance, and haste slightly for each stack with a maximum of 3 stacks. You know what? I'm just going to say what it does instead of just naming what it actually does. So this one deals moderate damage to 2 nearby enemies, so that's actually pretty good. This heals you and supplies a really good heal over time. Well, it actually heals you and 2 other allies, I guess, and applies Styx Water to the first target, which would normally be you. It's a moderate heal over time for 12 seconds, which is really good, and I already said to rank for passives. And the 5 is basically a target that hits 3. Oh, okay, so it hits 3. It'll negate all healing, and it's a really strong attack, so let's just go. I know this is actually really strong, so I usually love it. And you'll see the 0 green. It doesn't mean it's healing, it just means that he can't heal, so it's really good. And that's a fast way of killing a boss. Yeah. I am at 2 mil now, so I did get Legion Titan, which is my favorite. I just want to say that out there. Okay, Pyromancer is the next one. I don't really particularly like Pyromancer, just because the health, but what can you do? It's a caster class. It's just a caster. Same idea with the spell power. And I think I already said the enhancements. I'm currently using Health Vamp and All Wizard, so my spell power is going to be pretty high. I do suggest it, so that's just my, because it does already good, because it already gives a good supply of luck, so that's why I said it. The first rank for passives: damage reduced by 10% and increased damage output by 10%, so that's pretty good. This adds a damage over time, a light damage over time, I believe. This reduces enemy damage for a short time, but also causes a burn effect for damage over time as well, and the damage is increased if they have Scorched on them, which is this. So this applies Scorched to your enemies. Man of War, I believe this reduces up to 50% as far as I think I've read. I'll double check when I get back for the rank 10 passives. And heals for a small amount for damage that you take, and also increase the damage if they have Scorch applied to them. Fire Orb is a high damage, and it also causes a big burn over time, so that's pretty cool. I want to try using 2 and then using every other skill as much as possible. See how big the damage over time is. The damage over time is real. Like, look at the damage. It's a pretty good class, and the reason why I suggest Health Ant the most. The reason why is because this is the only heal, and it's not supposed to heal too much. And for the Legion caster, it's not supposed to heal as much as well. So that's why I suggest having a big heal, or at least a health vamp, because then you get a really good advantage over it. But I really like this class, just because this already does so much damage, and then the others are just like about 1,000. So it's really good, and the heal over time is actually really effective and really good. Because even if Mithril Man could hit me, it couldn't do too much. So it's really good. And it's really good for enemies that can heal. Just use this, they can't heal. So yeah, I'll be right back as soon as I get my tablet, and then I'll start with the Blade Master and the Leprechaun. So I'll be right back. Alright, so I'm on the wiki right now, just looking at the rank 10 passive. The rank 10 passive for the Legion Evolved Darkcaster, or just Darkcaster in general, is Dracolich Spirit, which all physical damage received is reduced by 18%. It was 25, but I guess they thought that was too powerful, I guess. Or too good, so they went, no, let's make it 18, because you know every one of us is odd. Instead of the normal 5s and 10s, they're just making 18s, 12s, and 13s and such. And the other one I want to look at was Pyromancer, that's right. So Pyromancer, does it have a rank 10 passive? I don't think Pyromancer does, but... Or it's going to be one of those like, oh, and once in a great while, your fire powers are stronger. So you get to deal at... So you deal like a high damaging attack at one point. Occasionally, your haste and mana regen will greatly increase for a short time. Never mind. There's actually a note under it. Haste goes up by almost 4 times, so you definitely have a good thing right there. So that's actually interesting. As I said, I like Legion Evolved Caster. I at least wanted Pyromancer just to see if it was actually really good. It's actually I don't like it, but it's actually still really good. It's a really good class, does high damage, and now apparently I'm taking actions way too quickly. Okay. So I'll see you guys for Blade Master and Leprechaun. So yeah. Goodbye guys, see you guys tomorrow. Maybe, I don't know. Goodbye guys.